And we'll go back into the Bettor half hour. All right, fired up for the New Year edition of Minty Mondays. You've seen her crush on this show, as well as the betting exchange. She's the face of Yahoo Sports. Minty, welcome back. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thanks for having me back. I'm glad that we are all back here, and I'm virtually here with you again, Alex.
Absolutely. All right, so let's get your opinion before we dive into playoff week on the first ever NFL Week 18. Did you have some bets that hit? Did you have any strong takeaways from a betting perspective?
Yeah, I actually hit on a couple underdogs. I had the Seahawks plus the points and on the money line. I also had the Niners plus the points and on the money line, so that was really good. I mean, the last week of the NFL, whether it was week 17 or week 18 this year, is the most difficult week to bet on because some teams show up when they have nothing to play for, and some of the best teams don't because they rest their starters. Like, we expect it, yet we also don't. So my biggest takeaway from the last week of the regular season is to always bet on the underdog. Every year I tell myself to take the underdog because you definitely profit. 10 dogs covered and 7 of those won outright of the 16 games played last week.
Incredible. Good for you for taking the Seahawks on the Russell Wilson exit. Let's go. All right, let's shift to NFL playoff week. I want to get your thoughts. Do you do anything differently when you approach playoff NFL betting as opposed to regular season?
Yeah, I keep it really light, meaning not betting on every playoff game. Like, I know we'll see fewer matchups and it's tempting, but the lines for these games are just going to be much tighter than we're used to seeing in the regular season. Every team we see in the playoffs is just that much closer and hungrier to the end goal of winning the Super Bowl. So we'll see stronger defense, which means lower scoring games, closer margins of victory. I keep it light and pay much closer attention to each matchup.
Well said. And on the note of betting trends, we got a couple of divisional rematches here. You got the Bills and the Patriots. You got the Cardinals dancing against the Rams. Do you buy into how the season went with those two teams, or do you look at it from a fresh slate in terms of betting trends, new slate because it's playoffs?
It's a little tricky because I love following trends of all kinds and all types of games, but there are a few trends that hold pretty true in the postseason, and here are 3 of them. Underdogs tend to be the way to go when betting against the spread. Quarterbacks making their first postseason start typically struggle, and indoor games tend to go over while outdoor games tend to go under. I keep those 3 things in mind when going into playoff week.
I love that. And on the note that Week 18 just happened, and it was the first ever 17-week season. Do you factor in last week at all? For instance, Rams, rough L, Patriots catch an L in South Florida, or do you go Men in Black, new slate again because it's the playoffs?
Kind of Men in Black. I mean, I try not to let recent bias get in the way of picking games. And like I said earlier, Week 18 is always a weird week where we don't see most teams play at full force. I kind of like to take a step back and look at how teams perform throughout the entire season and how they did against very similar opponents. Also paying super close attention to injuries, especially from here on out.
Oh, you have to. And from a perspective of the playoffs being COVID-related and, of course, the injuries, do you like to fire particularly at a certain point in the week, whether it's earlier or later? I saw the Rams line already move. There's a hook there. Do you have any thoughts on when to fire? And then on a rookie betting perspective, do you see people that are new in betting that make mistakes that you could advise to do otherwise?
Yeah, so I'll start with the rookie bettor. I think one big thing a rookie bettor does is like public bet. And to be honest, a lot of us are public bettors, okay? But we just want to do what the sharps are doing, and that's why that's what a new bettor doesn't know. So to a new bettor, learn about and pay attention to line movements and question why it's moving and if it's warranted. Also, don't let like win-loss records and recent bias get in the way of how you're betting in the postseason. As for firing on games, I like to wait until the last possible minute because during these COVID times, we just don't know who's going to be playing and who's not. As we saw in the regular season, there were so many big line movements, and firing early just kind of burned you.
Yeah, all well said. On that note, is there a early line that you do like that you want to fire on earlier in the week that you could give us a little Minty Monday tip?
Yeah, so the Bengals -6.5 against the Raiders. Like, this game is the NFL trying to tear my heart apart. The last time Cincy and Vegas met was in week 11, and the Bengals won by 19 points or so. So I get why the line is set so high, but I don't know if I really trust the Bengals to win by a score. Both of these teams love to play close games, and they love to play OT games. So I'm actually leaning the Raiders plus the points right now.
And a little bit back to the pros versus Joes and early line movement. Because you are in Vegas, you might know somebody who knows somebody. Do you ever look at the market? I know there's, of course, public money, and then there's where the strong money is in terms of sometimes the percentage is higher on one or another, even though the sharps may be on the other side. Do you have any perspective on that in terms of playoff week being different than NFL regular season?
Not really. I'm still going to look at line movement, as that's a huge factor as how I place my bets. Like I said, I don't like to get in bets early because of the time we live in, and I would honestly rather risk missing out on a good number because I skip getting to the window early than risk getting a really bad number after injury news comes out before kickoff. So I would rather wait and see how everything plays out during the week, during practice and everything, before firing on anything.
And on that note, a couple of NFC West teams that caught an L are meeting. The Rams are hosting the Cardinals. I saw that line at -3 yesterday in favor of the Rams. Now it's -4. Do you think that's right where it should be, and do you expect it to move at all throughout the week?
I think that's spot on where it should be. I mean, the Rams have had the Cardinals number dating back to 2017 in both the regular and postseason scenario. The Rams are 9-1 straight up and 8-1 against the spread against the Cardinals. LA has all the big names and talent, but I think they lack consistency. So I'm definitely interested to see where the line moves with this, because I'm kind of wary on where it moves. I'm leaning the Cardinals now because I think this is a totally different team than we've seen in the past, and I think they could win straight up here.
And let's say in the NFC, this Niners team has been on fire. Phenomenal comeback win in LA. I'm seeing this number. It's right around Cowboys -3. Of course, they're hosting. I saw it even dip to -2.5 for a second. Do you think that's right where it should be? And if it does go down to 2.5, if you like the Cowboys, do you advise to fire on that before it goes back to 3?
I feel like Dallas should be a slightly bigger favorite playing at home, and since they are the better covering team this season, San Francisco only has been looking this good as of recent, so I get why the line is set at 3 or 2.5. As of now, I'm looking to the Cowboys because this line is really nice and short. I might even think about betting them early, but I'm going to wait a little bit. As of now, my lean is the Cowboys.
I'm right there with you. And let's get you out of here with some college football. We have a Bama-Georgia rematch. The line's right around +2.5, +3 for Alabama. Do you have a best bet for us, either spread, money line, or something else, prop or over-under?
Yeah, so I already locked in on Bama +3 earlier in the week and on the money line at +125. I mean, you cannot bet against Nick Saban. Bama has Georgia's number in recent history. And yeah, Bama's a little banged up, but I think this line is set wrong, and it's based on how good Georgia's offense looks. But I think ultimately the Crimson Tide will prevail.
I love it, Minty. As always, crushing it out of Vegas. I'm going to tail you on a couple of those. Thank you so much for joining us.